TikTok is a special place. At times it's pretty good, and at other times it's not so good and a little bit cringe. But today we're going to be watching Apex Legends tips and tricks that we found on TikTok, and we're gonna test whether they work or not. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into it.
As many Loba tips as we can in 60 seconds. It's tried and true. Use that ultimate to block doorways to prevent enemies from getting to you. If you didn't know, Loba can loot the vaults on World's Edge and Olympus.
Okay, so these are fast. Team provision is fast. Okay, I just woke up.
From getting to you.
Okay, yes. So that door thing works. For a while they accidentally broke it, but it works again. I'd show you, but you have it right here.
Loba can loot the vaults on World's Edge and Olympus. Be sure to have teammates loot first though, as the black market will break and an audible alarm is gonna go off. Loba's
yeah, he's not wrong.
Tactical may not be top tier, but try using it from cover. This way you can stay covered and still move around during the middle of the fight. The passive is not the best at the end of a game, but it's still really great early on to prioritize high tier loot and survive early game when getting loot can be tough. Additionally,
it doesn't have a clip here on that one, but like literally to build on that tip, if you're playing Loba and you're dropping like in the last, I think like 50 meters or so right before you land, you can actually see if there is say a purple armor or something in there. Always try to prioritize that unless you're in the middle of an enemy team.
You can use that passive to your advantage and actually ping
loot
this also walls works for your team. If you did not know, loot floats while someone is actively using that black market.
Yep.
Do not waste time using the black market during an end game, especially if you do not need anything. Focus on fighting, not overlooting.
I feel like that's a bit obvious, but okay.
A way to get increased movement while using the bracelet is to use it while sliding down hills or do a wall jump into a bracelet to make yourself harder to hit.
Very good tip. Very good tip. A lot of Lobas just stand still and do nothing.
Teleporting. The optimal way to throw that bracelet is more horizontal, like 30 degrees rather than 45 up in the air. This will get you more distance. What else do Lobas need to know?
Okay. Well, he had great examples. I don't think there was much of a point in testing these out. But let's jump into the next one.
6 tips that make you less shit in Apex Legends.
Okay, let's see. What do I...
Climbing the
For some reason, all these are super quiet.
At antenna. This provides you with flanking potential like no other. 2. When playing Gibraltar or New...
He just showed the same place as well. I thought I said the same thing I said. I've said something like that before, but...
Newcastle, you can prevent enemy teams from being able to break doors
this is a
by
huge
using
tip.
your dome or tactical shield
Absolutely
to slightly
huge.
cover it. When the enemy goes to hit the door, they will be unable to do any damage. Great for getting off a battery or holding a door while your team revives. 3. When playing Horizon, always have arc stars or thermites. These 2 throwables are unmatched in gaining the advantage when using her ultimate. Grab lift up and instantly throw your arc star and or thermite. Once you've done this, start shooting them with your weapon and hopefully the trigger of those throwables will get the knock. 4. Another Horizon tip. Your ultimate can destroy doors. The best way to use this is to throw it next to the door on the outside of the building. So as this goes off, the door will break and the enemies inside will be sucked, that's what she said, into the black hole and you will have free beams. People holding doors don't generally expect a black hole to rip them off it, especially if they're healing.
Not wrong.
5. Shooting flyers. You do not need to spray half a clip of a Spitfire into a flyer. Simply tap them with one shot and wait for them to flap their wings 3 times and shoot one more.
I think it's like 2.5 times.
Death box instantly.
To build on that though, like if you want to get a blue armor fast, you can actually shoot 2 flyers or 3 flyers. But you have to empty the whole mag into them, obviously, and then you'll get enough damage to upgrade your armor.
Works for the flyers that are sitting down and the ones flying around the map. So stop fucking spraying them with your 40 billion round magazine. 6. Don't be a Stop being such a prick to your randoms. There's no need. They're here to have fun and get some dubs too. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Not
and
mine.
If you liked this content,
I can assure you, mine do not. All right.
To not be a fuckwit. 1.
All right.
When playing Bloodhound, if you know the enemy team has
there
a
we go.
Bloodhound too.
All right, let's watch this.
1. When playing Bloodhound, if you know the enemy team has a Bloodhound too, saving your scan until after they've used theirs is a way for your squad to instantly take the advantage. Being able to have that extra second over the enemy's scan is crucial. 2. And this one's for Pathfinder.
Scan advantage. But at I think this was a while ago, yeah, because it's not really the meta anymore. But I mean, to be fair, it depends. It's a little bit too vague, I feel, because yes, but also if the fight takes too long, I mean, in this specific case, like they were really far from each other. It was in the firing range, but still, I'd rather say because my point is, it has like what, a 25, or they have like a 25-second cooldown, and you know, if you use if you hold your scan longer and then use it, and then don't push on it or make an opening with it, you're just gonna end up screwing yourself over. So, you know, it's... I think the real answer is if they wasted their... Like, a better way to say this would be if they waste their scan, you can also go in. Like, you have an advantage because you still have your scan. That doesn't mean you have to use it after they use it, because you're not gonna need it. You know, it's very situational, but I feel like this is too simplified to really be useful.
Crucial. 2. And this
Finally, we found one that was a little bit...
Pathfinder. Simple and effective.
All right,
yet I don't see a lot of lower skilled players doing this.
Okay.
Using Pathfinder's grapple to launch yourself up and forward. This mechanic is incredible for getting into fights, dipping out of fights, or simply jumping over your enemy to juke them.
God damn, look at that. Look at that.
It's not only effective, but
Pathfinder
it's a lot of fun.
movement.
3. This one is for
It should have
ranked.
inputted like a mouse and keyboard player there, I think.
Specifically,
what do you got?
those playing ranked in low population servers.
Wait, hold on. What was the tip again?
Simply jumping over your enemy to juke fights, dipping out of fights, or simply jumping over.
That you need to make it. You do a jump. Okay. There we go. So he said, okay, you can do a quick jump forward. Okay, so he says, run forward and grapple and hop, and you'll go forward like a slingshot. Sure. I guess that works in some cases, but then he goes on, and most importantly, it works like mid-fight maybe. It doesn't put your cooldown as high as it could, but it is a bit of a waste. I think if you do... So I think the tip he was thinking of was a grapple hop, which looks like this, which is enough to juke your enemy, puts your cooldown on like 7-8 seconds, not... The other one was, I think, I wasn't looking, I think it was like 13. This one just gets the job done, but like it's just not nearly as expensive to cooldown wise. And then when you're running away, this was the one that stood out to me because they're not the same. That was such a horrible grapple. If you're running away from an enemy, don't pull this little thing. Wow, you moved away like 5 meters, and now your cooldown is 15 seconds. You can't do anything with that. Like if you're running away from an enemy, you want to do a long distance grapple, and you want to put either a height in between you, like you want to get on high ground, so there's a vertical distance. You want to put cover in between you and an enemy. Don't just grapple hop straight in the air. You're super easy to kill. So this isn't the best grapple I can think of, but like this isn't the best grapple that you can do with Pathfinder. There's plenty of great clips, but just like on... Let me just show how far. So if you're running in a straight line, like, oh no, they're chasing me, and then you go, damn, yeah, I really shook them there. Really got rid of them. And and I'm gonna show you an example. It's not perfect. Again, it's far from perfect, but I can assure you, your chances of survival are a lot better if you do one of these. Wow. Yeah, they're not catching up to that one. I'm just saying.
Your enemy
Really
to
comment
juke
on.
them during the middle of a fight. Practice this, it's not only effective, but it's a lot of fun. 3. This one is for ranked, specifically those playing ranked in low population servers.
Okay.
Are you sick and tired of being a maximum skill level of gold or platinum and coming up against literal current preds? You know yourself that you're meant to be in gold or plat, so why are you versing preds?
Well, that's just matchmaking. I don't think that's... It used to be low population servers like Sao Paulo, but now it's just everywhere.
The only one. I have heard this complaint a lot. A simple solution for you is to change from your low population server to a larger population server.
That's a pretty good tip, actually. I never thought of that.
Sydney servers late at night, you'll find you'll be versing ranks way above yours. Changing over servers to something like Oregon or Salt Lake City will see you be matched in much more balanced games.
I like that loading screen.
Keep in mind you will have a bit of ping, but I'm sure you will get used to it after a few games.
Ping to a certain degree is like
clans-
low-key high advantage as well, so...
Self-proclaimed top players and basically toxic ass players on Sydney servers try to call out anyone who does this, saying that you're taking the easy way out by changing servers. But in reality, they purposely get on late at night or early in the morning to farm RP from ranks much lower than them. So who's really taking the easy way?
Yeah, he's not wrong in this
They just want
one.
you to stay on their server so they can continue farming people that are 2 to 3 ranks below them. And that...
I'm not sure if that's the real reason. I think they just like, I don't think people think that far ahead. I think people literally just go, oh, well, just stay on the server, bro. It's easy. Stop being such a loser. Like, that's all it is.
If you're new to Apex...
Alright, we got a new guy. It's Timmy shows us simple tips that can improve your aim forever. Okay, let's see. What is his tip?
If you're new to Apex,
Watching Ottr same
Stimmy
guy?
has a simple and easy tip that can change your aim forever.
See the target right here?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a recoil, so you know, just like Valorant. But it's Apex. It's not that hard. So
Is
what
this
you do
jitter-aiming?
just pull down. Just pull down, okay? Look at
That's
this.
also good.
Just gonna pull straight down. Look at this. Let me get the full mag right here. Pull straight down.
Straight down, yeah?
Yeah, look at that. I pretty much killed him. I just pull straight down. You go side to side. You go side to side. Okay, so then when you pull down, you go left and right as well. Look at this now.
There you go. That's a jitter aim. Oh, it's not jitter.
No.
That's actually recoil's moving, but still, that's a good tip. We've covered this like several times before. I don't think we need a video. I need me to jump in the range for it. Rogue Wraith. Let's see.
There's only 4 callouts: lit, cracked, flesh,
Yeah.
and low. Those are the only 4 callouts you should ever call. Lit, you hit their shields. Ideally, you're gonna call out the amount of shields that you hit them for.
That's a good
Cracked,
tip.
obviously, you cracked shield, and you should probably call out the shield color that you cracked. Flesh is how much into the flesh that you actually hit. So I would say between 100 and 50 HP is flesh, and then low is 50 and less. You have a little bit of carryover in there, like between like 50 and 25. You can call it weak. Those are the callouts. Dang it.
What is it? One shot?
Call lit.
I didn't mention. Okay, one shot is like 15, like 1 to 15. I feel it's a pretty good tip. I'm just saying, it's like 1 to 15. That's an actual call. Then something I do is I call cracked if I do like 90 on purple, so they're not actually cracked, but they're still like about there. I feel like that's still fair to do. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments, I guess, if that's a fair thing to know.
Controller players, I know you hate playing knockdowns and doors because this kind of crap happens.
Oh, controller tips.
There's
Let's
actually
see.
2 ways that you can reload on a door or a knockdown. Under controller settings, most people have this on tap to use and reload.
What?
If you change this to hold to use and tap to reload, you're going to be able to play that knockdown. But your general gameplay may take an adjustment to this change.
That's a huge
If you don't
tip.
wanna adjust your settings,
This is
you
a
can
huge tip. People always say you can't.
simply just mag dump your friend or the door, and you'll be able to reload your gun.
That is insane. That is absolutely crazy. Look at that.
One Apex tip a day until I hit 100k. Here's how to win every fight in this building in the town outside bunker. There's actually a hole in the backside of this building you can throw nades through.
Ooh, I did not know
From a
that.
pred lobby showing just how strong this spot can be. I'm nading inside.
Ulting them.
Yeah, hold on. I'm f***ing them. I'm f***ing them. They're gonna get pulled into it. It's huge.
They're getting fucked.
Nice.
Let's go. Look where I arced him through, bro. Look at this.
That's
This hole right
crazy.
here, where I'm
That is absolutely crazy. I like it. Good tip. Sadly, we can't test it because King's Cannon isn't in a rotation right now, but season 14, if it's still here, we'll see.
How to play after you get knocked. Let your teammate use your shield. The question is, when do you hold your shield for your teammate? The rule of thumb is, if you're closer to your teammate than to the enemy, then put your shield up for them. If the enemy is closer to you, then put it down, even if they're going to finish you.
Oh, wait, there's so much information. I need to watch it again.
Because you're going to block. Your question is, when do you hold your shield for your teammate? The rule of thumb is, if you're closer to your teammate than to the enemy, then put your shield up for them.
That makes sense.
If the
That makes
enemy
sense.
is closer to you, then put it down, even if they're going to finish you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to block your teammate's shots. Don't forget to
That's a very good tip. I like this.
block grenades for your team. If the enemy is standing on a door and having a standoff with your teammate, and you're on the same side as the enemy, you can just open the door on them. Easy beams.
Small tips I want to add to this. A small tip you can also do is if you're playing, if your enemy is playing, or teammate is playing the knockdown shield or enemy, whatever, they're in a duel and you're on the ground in between them, and they're using something like a Peacekeeper that has a very obvious fire rate, put your shield up when they're gonna shoot. Just like flash it real quick. If you can time it right, you will eat all of their shots. You might eat your teammate's shots, but most of the time you won't.
Here's some disgusting angles for this type of building on Stormpoint. You can climb up next to these radiators here, and you can literally see
I hate
all
this
the way
angle.
down
I've
the
seen this
stairs to
before.
the top of the stairs through these cracks.
Wait, I did not know that one. What? I knew that one from the
There are
roof.
2 sets of these air conditioning units on the roof,
That's
and
the
the
one.
gaps between the units
this poor
is
Rafe isn't
absolutely
catching a
ridiculous.
break at
You
all.
can basically see the whole top floor. That includes the top of the stairs and all the way down the stairs. You can also get to this windowsill by climbing on a box next to it or dropping off.
This
the
one
roof.
is a bit risky though, because you're usually gonna expose yourself to the whole team. Still good angles. Good to know about them. Wraith mains, do you know
already
this?
know that if you ult first, you phase quicker. But the portal can also be used to bamboozle your enemies like this. First, press your ult and then immediately jump. Once you're mid-air, hold crouch. As you come back down, bunny hop, and then your ultimate should pop. Once your ultimate is popped, it'll look a little weird. That's because now, anytime you go through it, you're stuck crouched. I love you.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like that.
die less, and win more. Everyone knows armor swapping is one of the best ways to prevent a wipe from a third party.
Yeah.
If you're not doing this, you gotta be.
You guys are doing that.
Another insane way to get quick swaps is to pull armors from death boxes and drop them around on the ground in your area. This is huge for ranked, as you can get free bursts of 100 or more shields and health to survive from pushing enemies. And if you want to take this one step further to really outsmart your enemies, when your teammate is getting revived, have your third drop their armor on the ground for them. This gives the reviving teammate an instant boost in life to stop them from getting re-knocked, while your third teammate can just pull another armor from the
I don't like videos. I try not to because it screws up my algorithm.
box. What other tips do you have for not dying?
It's a very good tip, but the problem is that most people don't follow it. So if you do this and you revive, your teammates are reviving each other and you're dropping them an armor, make sure to call it out. Because very often they just glance over it and heal up anyways, and it's just a waste of time. Stop dying in Apex. Alright, let's go.
Apex Legends. First up, peeking. Peeking is one of the best ways to prevent yourself from taking damage, but if done poorly, it can be troublesome. Over peeking in general is a huge thing to emphasize. Taking massive damage while you are already low incentivizes enemies to push you. Try keeping your shields above a third or so before re-peeking, and if possible, keep them maxed out. This brings us to the second of not healing enough. Small 25 shield cell heals are a huge way to win more fights and die less. Popping 2 or even a single
just like when you get like a small opening,
means you
just
will
heal
have
up.
a higher pool of health an enemy will need to take down before you do get knocked. Engaging too early is another thing to be aware of. This means both shooting from too far away and wasting rounds at the start of a gunfight. Activating a fight while you are too far away can lead to you wasting ammo and taking unnecessary damage. Likewise, if you are about to engage in a close one-on-one, try to make sure your shots are on point before unloading your magazine. What is your biggest struggle when—
I thought I was gonna say something else. I'm just gonna add it myself. When he said don't engage too early, I was assuming he meant like don't go straight into a fight without an opening. Try to make sure you got like a crack or a lot of damage, or a teammate does something, or you get like a good positioning before you're all in. Because if you're all in when both of you are full health, it's a 50-50. You want it to be an 80-20 if you want to, you know, actually get somewhere in the game. Something for fun. Something for fun. Also smash subscribe. Thank you. Ash Taincore is mad distant. Let's see. Oh my god. I've never seen anyone do this. This is obviously exaggerated for the TikTok because no map looks like this, but that's pretty cool. Good to know. But I think it's probably really hard to set it up. I don't know how many takes this took. Probably took several. They're like, okay, bro, I'm gonna walk and look this way. Because if you look like a little bit, if you come at a slightly different direction than what Ash is going, you'll miss the portal and you'll die. It's a very risky thing for not necessarily too much of a benefit. But yeah, it looks flashy, I guess. But, you know, good for the TikTok. So that was a bunch of TikToks, tips and tricks. And we just checked like if they're gonna work. Some worked, some didn't really work, or some were just too vague that you couldn't make anything out of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to smash the like button, the subscribe button, let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see. Anyways, check out the video on the screen right here. It's a banger, and I'll see you all tomorrow.